Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here this morning. It's another great day, another fantastic opportunity to realize the presence of God is as we are. So let's begin today, as we do here on Live at 9, with our breathing exercise, which is breathe in through the nose, hold, breathe out through the mouth, breathe in through the nose, hold, breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose, hold, breathe out through the mouth. Continue. Breathe in through the nose, hold, breathe out through the mouth. Open your eyes if you had them closed, like I did, and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Get back into your body. Feel the presence of yourself. And again, good morning. Good morning, Mary Lee. It's nice to see you this morning. So today I'd like to talk about what I'd like to talk about is that I I embrace I embrace the teachings of the Judeo-Christian philosophy. I embrace the teachings of the Buddhist philosophy. I embrace the teachings of the Hindu philosophy. I embrace the teachings of the Baha'i philosophy. I embrace the teachings of the Tao philosophy. I embrace the teachings of the Confucian philosophy. I embrace many, many, many teachings of many philosophies. I embrace the teachings of the Native American philosophy. I embrace the teachings of the Aboriginal Australian philosophy. And what I know from embrace of all these different speakings about divine consciousness and divine understanding is that at the end of the day, upon embracing them, one comes to the understanding that although there are different social and socioeconomical and geographical differences between each of these particular belief processes, that at the end of the day, their message is all the same. There is God, there is all that is, there is divine understanding, there is a way of being that allows one to embrace themselves, this idea of me, this empowering experience as that creative power. as that creative understanding. In the Old Testament, it says, "Ye are all gods." In the New Testament, the Christ in Jesus says, "I and the Father are one, and I am bestowed with the understandings and enlightenments of the Father, and ye, my brothers and sisters, will do acts greater than the acts that I do." We are all the presence of God wherever we are. And that is, in fact, what matters. The key in each case, in each of the philosophical avenues, the key is a desire to realize oneself in totality. The desire, excuse me, excuse me, the desire to embrace oneself as creative source is in fact what leads one to realize I am creative source. And each of us have experienced it. Each of us have had an idea, thought that idea through, taken action on that idea, and experienced the result. My brothers and sisters, my friends, myself, that is creative power. To take something from a non-material place in the head and manifest it in the three-dimensional plane is creative power. That is the power of God. That is who I am. That is who you are. Yet, without a desire to realize that, one will never embrace it. There are so many learnings that we have experienced being trained and conditioned to this three-dimensional plane that says we are less than. We are born unworthy. And on and on. Each of you know all of those teachings that confront us every day as we move forward. Oh yeah, that's a great idea, but I can't ever make it happen. I don't have what it takes. I don't have enough money, power, time, latitude. I live in the wrong place. Whatever the particular excuse may be that I can't create it, is in fact that training that is ours to overcome. Because the point of this whole experience, this whole free will, three-dimensional experience, is to realize oneself as the creative, flowing power of God. It takes effort. It requires willingness. And regrettably, in some cases, it doesn't happen very quickly. In my case, it didn't happen very quickly. I began this journey to be able to sit here in front of you and express what I know is so, that I am the presence of God wherever I am. In this particular incarnation, I began this journey in earnest in 1966. 1966. 76, 86, 96, 06, 16, 21, 55 years ago. 55 years of experience of pushing the rock up the hill and having it roll back down, and pushing the rock up the hill and having it roll back down. 55 years of that it's taken to realize that which I am, and to have the strength, the wisdom, the courage, and the desire to share that with you, knowing full well that the general population of this planet Earth, number one, doesn't care to know that which they are, and number two, are so well conditioned against it that when it is presented to that person or those persons, it is considered blasphemous or egocentrical. Who does that guy, Mystic Paul, think he is saying that? What gives him the right? Well, I'll tell you what gives me the right. It is the only thing that matters in this whole experience. My friend Mary Lee says, choose your intuitive directive to glory. And how beautiful is that? Choose your intuitive directive to glory. And so it is. And so it is. The key is one must desire to realize and get beyond the day-to-day drama of three-dimensional existence. And the day-to-day drama shows up in more ways than we can count. But some of the good ways is sickness, poverty, fear, lack of belief, color of skin. In my lifetime, in my 68 years, I have watched the barometer of what is a better or worse color of skin than another change multiple times. Multiple times. I have watched which color of skin a person is has significant impact on how that person is impacted by the three-dimensional reality around them. It's ever present, ever present until one chooses to realize that this body is simply the vehicle that carries the essential deity of oneself around on this three-dimensional plane. It's a highly sophisticated vehicle. The most sophisticated vehicle on the planet Earth right now is this body that I ride around in. And this body has no greater requirement or importance than to simply carry me, the essential Paul, to where the essential Paul is required to go to realize that the essential Paul, the divine Paul, is the only real reason. I bring it to you every day I'm here. This is the mission that I have chosen to embrace. The mission that says, my beloved friends, we have been together for lifetimes. And in this lifetime, I am giving and I receive and I embrace the task of simply stating, I and the Father are one. You, whomever you are, and the Father are one. Yet, if you believe that God is a goddess, then you and the Mother are one. I and the Mother are one. Or if it is that I choose to express divine understanding and willingness as absolute, then I and absolute are one. The name doesn't matter. No more than in reality the color of your skin matters, or the type of hair that you have, or the color of it, or whether you even have any. The key for each of us is to simply state, I and the and our expression of divine understanding are one. I am. I am. Each of us is I am. All of us together are I am. In the Old Testament, it says, I am that I am. Popeye says, I am that I am, and that's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Who would have thought that clear and concise metaphysical understanding came rolling right out of the lips of Popeye the Sailor Man? Yet it did, and it does. The joke is really on we, the human beings. The idea that whatever it is not intellectual enough to be true or so is the great undoing. It is not complicated. It is not sophisticated. What it is I am. And every time anything other than that shows up, the requirement is to cancel it and state I am. And canceling something can be done as easily as I cancel that. It is my thought. I can choose to accept it or cancel it, and so can you. I acknowledge you as the presence of God. I embrace you as divine. I thank you for sharing your life with us. I invite you to speak to yourself every day as though you are all that is. Be well, be free. I acknowledge you as the presence of God. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.